Hi everybody, welcome to this episode of the Lavaca County News Review podcast. Now, join your hosts, Murray and Michelle, as they bring you the news from all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas. Okay, Murray and Michelle, take it away.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you, and my co-host Michelle is here with me for this latest edition of the Lavaca County News Review. And this is for the 5th and 6th issues. And how you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. It's hard to believe we're in April already.
Boy, it is. And we got Good Friday coming up. And
then Happy Easter.
Yeah, then the bunny will be coming. But I heard somebody say that there was a segment of the country's population that said they ought to start painting potatoes instead of eggs.
Oh, because they're cheaper.
Said eggs are too expensive. Anyway, we're going to start off with the Shiner Gazette, and I'm going to let Michelle take it over from here.
All right, guys. Well, a lot's been going on in Shiner. Of course, we talked last week about how the Spetzel Barbecue Company was having their grand opening, and they did with big success. I got to go out with the chamber, so that's the one big picture you see, and we did a ribbon cutting for their opening. And while I was there, we got to talk to some people that drove for the grand opening, and they said that sometimes they go as early as 2 a.m. to be the first people. But Bobby had a good time talking to them as well, and there's a great story about that. And, of course, the barbecue was good. They ran out early, and not ran out early, but they ran out, let's say, throughout the day. And the line was long all day long. So congrats to them.
That's a good thing. When you run out, that means that you're getting a lot of people coming. So I was going to ask you, I noticed on their menu that the prices were by the pound. But do they actually have a plate where you could go in there and say, I want a barbecue plate?
Yes, they do. And I think you could get 2 sides. I'm pretty sure. But that maybe I'm thinking about his old barbecue.
Well, that's fine. You know, I wondered because, you know, a lot of times you can go to a place like that and you'll get your meat and your beans and your coleslaw or whatever.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's meat by the pound and then you buy your sides separately now that we're talking about it.
Okay.
But get the potato salad. It's worth every bite.
All right. Well, I love that stuff. We got the Autism Awareness Month.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be doing more on that, but you can see here that at the Commissioner Court meeting, they proclaimed April as Autism Awareness Month, and April is actually the month of a lot of different awarenesses.
Yeah.
So keep a lookout. This week we spotlight Parkinson's disease. And so we'll talk about that in a little bit, but we will definitely have some autism stories, and so support all those great causes.
You bet. I see they have a little report here about new ebooks being available in the Shiner.
Yeah,
library.
I'm pretty excited. I actually just asked what this really meant, and so I didn't know you could just, with your library card, check out books to read online, and even your kids can do it. So look into that. That's a great thing that the Shiner Public Library is offering.
Yeah, we've got that here in Hallettsville, and I use that all the time. And how about this Casper Company's hosting a countywide career expo?
Yeah, it was for the junior and seniors, and that's an awesome thing. It's really hard. I think one of the biggest decisions that we all probably face at some point and may still all face on a daily is what you're going to do with your life and what your goals are, what you're good at. And so this helps them learn that. And so thanks to Casper Companies for putting that on.
You bet. And you know, you never want to rule out your kid going to trade school.
Yeah, no, it's a great option for sure.
Yeah, especially now they pay so well, you know, like electricians and plumbers and whatever.
Welders, yeah.
Okay, we're going to scroll on up. We're looking at this on the iPad on the electronic version. And it looks like the St. Paul High School Band did well in the solo and in ensemble competition.
Yeah, and it's pretty lot of kids in that picture, so that's pretty awesome.
That's a 6th column.
It is a 6th column. I was just looking to make sure we had one so I could talk about it. You got to hang on and listen to the end to know what a 6th column is.
Did you do this
I did do the artwork for the Support Parkinson's Disease. Like I said, it is the awareness month. Jimmy Apple did a great story about that.
Yes, he did.
At the end, it's very important. It lists all the support groups in our local area, and we do have quite a few. So please, if you have a loved one or you yourself have Parkinson's, just were diagnosed, or have even a friend, please check out those support groups. They're great outlets for you.
You bet. We also have an overall winner at the, what is that, Hebner,
yeah, you're right. The Memorial Cook-Off that was held at the brewery.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that a whole lot, but I'll tell you there are 6 pictures there of the winners. If you see anything here, Michelle, that you want to talk about.
In school news, there are always kids doing great things, so check them all out. And then there's a part of the autism, and that girl from, I think, the local Catholic school did the first pitch at the Sacred Heart St. Paul game for Turtle Wing, and I think those will be happening throughout the month of April as well.
Yeah, it seems like we have a picture of that. Was that little boy?
You kind of passed
scroll past
it?
Okay. We'll look at it again so we can see if we can tell you who that is. It looks like
it is
Quinn Yannock throws out the first pitch for Sacred Heart versus St. Paul baseball game.
So congrats to Quinn for doing a great job.
Yeah, Quinn, I had to get my bifocals on to read that. So anyway, congratulations, son. That's great. And we're full of sports, and we don't have the time to do them all. But Mark Luby and Chuck Groff here in Hallettsville, they do a great job. And Mark's he's got pictures of baseball, softball. I believe I even saw some track in here. Lady Cardinals track comes in 4th at Bloomington. More pictures.
More track,
yeah. Anyway, you need to just pick up your paper and read this because he's got, I think I scrolled 3 pages of sports. Check that out. Plenty of pictures. Do you want to wait to talk about this later?
Yeah, we can wait.
Okay. We got some of these articles, folks, that are in several papers, so there's no use in talking about them twice. This is more impressive in color.
It is.
But it's very good. You did a good job. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it is in several of our papers. Jimmy has the title as a white bluebonnet in a field of blue. Jimmy and I have formed this unique relationship, I'd like to call it, that I kind of say, hey, why don't you write about this? Look at this white bluebonnet I took a picture of. And so it started a while back. Then we moved on to the 4-leaf clover. Now it's the white bluebonnet. And I don't think that Jimmy understands that I think it's super lucky to find a white bluebonnet. But there's some history on that. And I think Bobby helped him a little bit too. And so they did a great job putting this story together. And there's also pink bluebonnets. So if you find a white or pink one, consider yourself lucky, according to Michelle Price. If not, also check out this article. And hey, when you're out this weekend, go look, find you one.
Where'd you find that?
This one I actually took when I was taking the Shiner royalty pictures.
Okay. And
so that was in the field of the Rollers in Shiner, across from the baseball and softball field. So.
All right. Well, that's good. And it's unfortunate we couldn't do color in every paper because it is impressive. I believe that the Yoakum paper may have it. We'll see it in a minute. But anyway, check out the Shiner Gazette, folks, and lots of stories, lots of sports. And we're going to move on now to the Hallettsville Tribune Herald. And this is that STEM program that Jimmy wrote about.
Yeah, and Jimmy did a lot of research, a lot of driving around, talking to people. We made sure that we figured out what STEM stands for. So it's science.
Don't ask me.
Come on! Science, technology, engineering, and math.
There you go.
So you guys learn about it.
Must be nice to be young and have a memory. Anyway, you want to talk about this memory of this Hallettsville artist?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Mary Gillette. I like to say the G is going to turn into a J, but I could be wrong. And the story is by Miyako Mahi. She does own the Hallett Oak Gallery down here,
Right.
so she's very familiar with art and did a great job talking about this lady who did great paintings, and a lot of her focus was the courthouse in Hallettsville and that era. So
Yeah. Well, I'd like to say a little something about this to cover any confusion. Had I known we were going to run this picture of her art, then I wouldn't have ran the picture that I ran with my column, because they are so identical. The difference being is she's much more talented than I am. And
Mary.
she painted hers and I did mine in Photoshop. But believe me, it's not a copy, folks, because I think I did that about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It does take talent, and it's kind of fun. It's like one of those pictures, find the differences, because I did a double take and I was like, oh, why did we print this twice? And then I realized it was two different ones. So
I see where Ezel received their FFA.
yeah, which is great for them. So I'm guessing they'll either be having a stock show next year or joining in, and it's a great program to add. So.
And we have the Lavaca River cleanup. We have Chuck's 45 years ago. We got our little buddy Henry Hank Yashek's Town Chatter.
Yeah, he has unscrambled trivia, guys, so go unscramble those words.
And that's the Casper. We already covered that. How about this election?
Yeah, make sure to register to vote. I know that made some of our papers last week. It's giving you all the dates, deadlines, and what you need. And remember, it's your obligation and your honor. And what else could we say about it? Just go vote. Make sure you're ready.
This is yours, isn't it?
This is mine. I got the honor to do this Eastern coloring contest. I actually did it in the Hallettsville paper and the Luling. Sometimes people don't know that we do Luling, Murray, but we do. And so I had fun with this. I got to make the pictures. I got to do the ads. So thank you to all of our supporters very, very much. And get your kids to enter. You get a $25 gift certificate and some great prizes.
Yeah, a lot of advertisers supported that contest.
Yes, and we appreciate that so much.
That was 2 pages, right?
It is. And at the bottom, there is a little ad because we are Easter Bunny approved here at the Tribune Herald. So make sure that you listen to that Easter Bunny and get your subscription.
We've got some more stories in here that you'll just have to look at them because there's so many. And we've got that art, that lady did that art. It's quite a lengthy story. In fact, it jumps to another page. You already talked about the Parkinson's awareness.
I did, but make sure there's a wedding in here. I haven't seen an engagement announcement in a while. Make sure you remember we do those in all 4 of our papers, so go ahead. Send those in. We'd like to know if you're getting married, and congrats to them.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to keep scrolling, looking at stuff, and we have our Easter services.
Yeah, all our papers do have those Easter services, and there's some Easter picnics, Easter egg hunts.
Yeah, that St. Joseph's in Moulton has an Easter picnic on April 9th. And we got the story about the Shiner Brewery and their barbecue again.
If anything, it has to make you hungry.
And there's sports, and Chuck's just like Mark, only half of Chuck's are in color. Boy, he has a lot of pretty pictures, and I'm just going to tell you, go look at them. We do not have the time to cover. There is so much, but you need to check it out. Track, baseball, softball, the whole 9 yards. And if you
golf, you missed golf, Murray, right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was the last picture on the page. And we have school news, and there's training for this. What is it, Narcan?
Yeah, it's
an antidote for
opiate.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something you might want to, I think Jimmy wrote that one too. No, that was a staff, right? So anyway, that's something you want to check with the influx of that fentanyl being in our country now. You might want to keep some of that on hand just in case.
It looks like it must be the time of year for National Honor Society inductions because Shiner had some, and now I see Visherod. Go up a little bit more, Murray. Visherod, Sacred Heart, and what's the middle picture? Is that may be Sacred Heart as well. But it looks like a bunch of schools are doing that right now, so congrats to all those kids who were inducted. That's a big honor.
You bet. We always want to give them kiddos all the credit that they deserve, which they do deserve. Bunch of classifieds. I know you had something to do with that, Michelle. And then on the back page of Section B is my column about how Hallettsville became the seat of Lavaca County. And there was actually a dispute over the records. When the county was first formed, the capital was going to be in Petersburg. And so they had a vote, and Hallettsville won out. But Petersburg wasn't going to turn over the files. So they had 200 men, and Hallettsville had 200 men. And they met over there. They were going to settle it. They had their guns. We was going to have a records fight. When they got there, though, they wound up shaking hands and having a big barbecue and coming home. But they came home with the records.
Do you think they had a beer, too?
No. Nobody in Hallettsville or Lavaca County drinks beer. You know better than that. Anyway, that's going to be it for Hallettsville. And we're going to jump on over to Yoakum, the Yoakum Herald-Times. I'll let you talk about this for a minute, Michelle.
All right. Well, I always have my heart is big with the Chamber of Commerce in all of the towns and what they do. And so in Yoakum, they hosted a market days, and there's some of those great pictures from that. Please support all what your chamber does, because the chamber supports all your businesses, which includes the paper.
You're exactly right. And here's your bluebonnet, and this one's in color.
Yes, it is.
So you folks in Yoakum that take the Yoakum paper, you're going to get to see that beautiful bluebonnet in color that Michelle did.
And maybe if I talk really nice, Murray will put it on the website somewhere or on Facebook so people can see that picture.
Oh, that's not a problem. Not a problem at all. So either look for it on the Tribune Herald or maybe all the papers, but probably the best thing is for me to put it on LavacaCountyToday.com, and then everybody can go see it.
Sounds like a great plan.
All right.
And you guys always check out our website, our Facebook pages. We put a lot on there, and it'll help you want to subscribe and see it all.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that every one of our newspapers has a Facebook page. And all you got to do is just do a search on Google and just put Facebook page for Yoakum or this or that, and it'll come up. And Michelle's right. Although we do have a whole lot on that website, LavacaCountyToday.com, there's some things that get on the Facebook pages that may not be at that website. And look at here. Here's one of Murray's columns. This one is another one that has appeared in all the other papers. But like I said last week, Yoakum don't always have room, so they hold them back. And I appreciate it because people in Yoakum hadn't seen it. And it's a story about a cattleman that went rogue and went against the law. And he was named as a man burner because he hung a guy and then set him on fire. And for those of you that might have saw Lonesome Dove, there was a scene in there where a guy burnt another guy that was hanging. I don't know if they got it from that, but sure do. That's what they call him in here, man burner. He did it. I mean, that's on the record. Here we got the sports. What size picture is that, Michelle?
That is a 6-column picture that you can find in the Yoakum Herald-Times. And you're going to have to wait one more paper, Murray, before I talk about it.
All right. This is the Bulldog varsity baseball team. It's a color picture, real good picture, and we want to thank Mark Luby for that. And he's got more color pictures. Like I said, here's, what was that, 2 pages or 3?
Yeah, we're on the second.
And it's all color. And I talked about, I didn't think Mark had color in the Herald-Times, but he does. So you folks check it out.
And they had an autism game as well.
Yeah, and that was held in Yoakum. I don't know who threw out the first pitch because I can't read that small type. But anyway.
It says Coy Kopecki and David Paloma.
All right.
Now
To them. There you go. Them young eyes again could read the little print. But anyway, I think we're going to probably have everything covered.
Yeah, and make sure you guys check our papers. They all have different closures too, because it is Easter holiday weekend. So a lot of places are closing early or closed on Friday, so make sure. And then a congrats to Kim Mraz. Yoakum Community Hospital honors her And anyone who knows that working at a hospital is not an easy career as well, and she's done great for the Yoakum Community Hospital, and congrats.
She's from Shiner, isn't she?
She is. Maybe that's why I wanted to say it. Huh?
Well,
I like that
I didn't see that a while ago.
It's in most papers.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to jump on over to Moulton and close this out.
There it is. I can talk about it. So on the very front page of your Moulton Eagle, you're going to see a wonderful six-column. Oh my, I'm going 6 pages now. 6-column picture. This picture was taken by Bobby Horechka, and this artist did a wonderful job with this painting in the Moulton Church. And so what does 6-column mean? Well, when I started working at the paper, it was all thrown at me very, very quickly as make an ad 2 columns by 3 inches. So would that be 2 inches by 3 inches? No, it is not. It is a whole nother language. So 6 columns for us means that it's really going to run the full length of the paper, which when I make an ad, it's about 10 inches. So take a little bit off the edges for that. But, so if you ever are building an ad for us, or you need to know what that means when we're pricing you out, I can tell you the inches because I'm very giving on that information because now I understand it. But everything for us is in columns. So our paper runs a 6-column paper in all of our papers, including Luling. So
that's right. And this picture, I talked to Bobby a while ago about this picture that's on the front page. It's this painting in St. Joseph's Catholic Church over there. I'm going to tell you what, friends, that is an awesome thing. And Bobby, he did a good job on the photography, but this artist, he is awesome. And I think Bobby told me he was out of Austin. And there again, I can't see his name. Can you see it?
Blake Bermol.
Yeah. This is awesome, friends. And Bobby was telling me, too, and I lived in Gonzales 20 years, and they didn't have it when I was there, but he says that this same guy had did a great big painting, a huge painting in downtown Gonzales on the wall of a building, and it's a painting of Sarah Dickinson that was the woman survivor of the Alamo and her child. And they came to Gonzales after the Alamo had fallen because Sam Houston's army was there. And they were the ones that told Sam Houston about the Alamo.
Wow.
Susanna Dickerson. But if you live in Gonzales or you go through there, check that out. Next time we go through there, I'm going to sure check it out. And we got to Casper again, area meetings, to pretty much to everything.
Another 6-column picture for us. So y'all are going to get to see a lot here in Moulton with those 6 columns. But this is talking, there's been a lot about the Vietnam veterans. Are we honoring them for something special other than what they've done?
No,
they've
been honored. I think they had a day or something. But regardless, these guys didn't get the credit they should have got. And I had a brother over there, so I know how that is. And regardless of whether you did or did not support that war, these men were called and they went.
Yes.
And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And as Michelle said, there's a 6-column picture here. It says, "Welcome home, brother." And I believe that's...
And there was, I don't think we mentioned it, but there's also, we honored them in Hallettsville.
Yeah.
And is it a helicopter, the Army helicopter that's going out of town?
That's a Cobra helicopter that's sitting out there. That's an attacked helicopter that was from Vietnam. And a lot of towns have got those in their towns.
We have a cannon, but I don't know what the story is about it. I'm going to find out.
Which cannon?
Next time in Shiner, in Wellhausen Park.
Well, I think that's a World War I artillery piece.
There you go, guys.
Now, I don't know the story behind it, but that's what it is.
But we're going to find out. Give us the month.
You bet. Moulton Sports, kittens and cats compete in JV events at a Hallettsville meet. And we have a 3-column picture.
3.
Of 2 girls, and they're handing off the baton and track again. And he's got softball, and this is all from Mark, too. Mark does Shiner, and he does Moulton, and he does Yoakum. and we appreciate all his work. And we got our classifieds just like we do in all the papers. And I think that's going to wrap it up. We did have the Bolton Business of the Month.
Yes, we did. And it was Allie's Barbecue. Do you know that Allie's Barbecue catered my wedding? It was chicken fried steak. It was amazing. So they've had a good business for at least over 15 years because I've been married 15 years.
Well, you know, for a short period of time, I was working out of the Moulton office. We had an office there. Alley Barbecue was just across the street. And do you believe it? I never went and got anything to eat. Yeah.
We're going to have to take Murray to Allie's.
I'm going to go to Shiner first, but we'll check them both out.
But chicken fried steak is my favorite, and that's not even barbecue. So let us know of your business. If you advertise with us, we will go check out your business, and we'll do a review, Murray.
You bet.
That means I can eat a whole lot.
I'll send you over there and then you can come back and tell us all about it.
No, we got to go and get food and sit down and eat it together. It's going to be fun, guys.
So if we got a chore for Bobby Hariska to go look at that Shiner cannon?
Yes, that is his assignment.
I'm sure he'd be more than happy to do it.
I bet so.
Well, have you got anything else?
I don't. I can't believe it. I don't think I even have anything to talk about.
I know we talked about something because we went nearly 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, Murray.
Same thing we did last week. We did 28, and now we're at 29. So with that being said, I'm not going to let her say goodbye last because I cut her off. So I'm going to say it first.
You mean?
Oh, yeah, I messed up again. I'm sorry. Well, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, I'm going to say goodbye first so Murray doesn't cut me off. Goodbye to everyone. Thank you for listening again. Please keep listening, like, and share us. We enjoy what we do, and we're going to make it more fun each week. So with Murray and Michelle, this is very fun, and y'all continue listening, and have a very happy and safe Easter, everyone.
Yeah, you bet, folks. Have a good Easter. I hope you get to be with your family and all your loved ones. But have a happy Easter. And goodbye from me.